Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to YAHAWAH, by Hashem YAHWAH, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well as well as teach well. And also peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And pretty much the title of this video is going to be YAHAWAH will destroy the wicked. Okay, YAHAWAH, which is the name of the Heavenly Father. All right, we believe in that name through faith. Okay, is going to destroy the wicked. All right, and we know the wicked that currently rules the planet Earth is Esau Edom. All right, Esau Edom is known as the wicked in the scriptures, pursuant to Malachi, the first chapter and the fourth verse, where he's known as the border of wickedness. And right now, this current earth, the whole entire earth, all right, the fatness of the earth, has been given into the hands of the wicked, all right, Esau Edom, pursuant to Job 9 and 24. Okay, and pretty much as you can see here on the screen, I have the book of Psalms, the 139th chapter, and I'm going to just start off with verse 19. Okay, Psalms 139, verse 19. It says, "Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O YAHAWAH. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men." Okay, and again, you know, Esau Edom being the number one wicked nation on the planet Earth, pursuant to Malachi 1 and 4. All right, and that the Lord has given the earth into his hands, all right, the fatness of the earth, okay, pursuant to Job 9 and 24. And that also, according to Genesis 27th chapter, Esau Edom would have the fatness of the earth via what? The sword. Okay, and what has Esau Edom been doing with having the rulership of the fatness of the earth? You know, ever since the so-called Renaissance period, you know, during the late 1300s, early 1400s, beginning around that time. All right, after the Western Roman Empire fell in at around 476, 475 AD ish. Okay, 1,000 years later, that's when he came back into power. All right, during the early 1400s. During a period that was known as the so-called Renaissance, okay, and starting from the Renaissance up until now, here, with America, NATO, and the EU, they've been ruling the fatness of the earth via the sword, okay, through mass wars, mass bloodshed, okay, rape, robbery, and murder, slavery, genocide. Okay, and a lot of those things were all done in the name of, gain and profit. Okay, religion, Roman Catholicism, Christianity. Okay, pseudoscience, false history and things like that. Okay, manifest destiny and all of that stuff. Looking at the original inhabitants of a particular land as animals and beasts, all right, and that's saying that he's the first to officially discover that land, knowing good and well that there were already people inhabiting that particular land, all right, before he got here, all right. But as just said, they're bloody men, okay, they're wicked, and that's why Yahawah Shema Shai, through all of this wickedness and bloodshed and lies and deception, okay, YAHAWAH, through his begotten son, Yahweh Shai, is going to slay the wicked. All right, it says, verse 20, "For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain." So these Edomites, starting with their elites, okay, they speak against, all right, all right, not for Yahawah Shema Shai, but against Yahawah Shema Shai, all right, wickedly, okay, And that's pretty much the whole entire MO of this beast system. Okay, this modern day Greco-Roman, all right, the revived or reincarnated Greco-Roman system. Okay, is all this current system, this beast system, America, NATO, and the EU, it's all rooted and built up off of opposing Yahawah Shema Shai. As it goes into Second Thessalonians, the second chapter, who opposed it and exalted himself above all that is called, all right, God. Okay, this devil Esau Edom is all about opposing Yahawah Shema Shai. Coming at after the working of Satan, which Satan means adversary. All right, real quick, let's go to the book of Daniel. I'll just go straight to the point. Yep, this is Daniel chapter 7, verse 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth. All right. And if you know this chapter, okay, it basically goes into the four beasts or the four kingdoms or four major empires that the Lord would, rise into power throughout secular history. Okay, the first beast being, ancient Babylon during the time of Nebuchadnezzar. The second beast being, the Persians and the Medes, okay, which were, Japhetic, from the family line of Japheth, all right, the Persians and the Medes, and then the third beast being the Greeks, starting with Alexander the Greek, all right, and then the fourth beast being the ancient Roman Empire, okay. So here in verse 23 is going into the fourth beast, the ancient Roman Empire, in which both the third and fourth beast, all right, ancient Greece and ancient Rome, would be ruled by the biblical Edomites. Okay, so Daniel 7 verse 23 again. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, ancient Rome. It says, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms. Okay, and how would ancient Rome be diverse from all kingdoms? When you look at the all the other kingdoms or empires before ancient Rome, they were all ruled and governed via a monarchy. Okay, where you would have kings, and then that king would have sons, which would be princes, and once that king would die or be dethroned for whatever reason, then one of his sons would reign in his stead, okay, and would be their successor. Whereas in ancient Rome, the ancient Roman Empire, okay, when Rome officially became an empire, starting around in, I believe, 27 BC, if I'm not mistaken, all right, under Octavian Augustus, which is the first official Caesar of Rome once it officially became an empire. Okay, and even before that, Rome was ruled by a senate. Okay, and then eventually over time, Rome would have Caesar's uh rule over their empire. Okay, and you can read I believe either First Maccabees or I believe First Maccabees, the 8th chapter, to kind of read about that history from a biblical standpoint, because First Maccabees 8, and it goes into a little bit of the history of Rome during the time of the Maccabees, and in that chapter it talks about how Rome had a senate, okay, and that it appointed one man to rule over the senate, each year, okay, so on and so forth. Whereas all the other empires before Rome never had a rulership like that. So that's what it means when it said the fourth beast or ancient Rome would be diverse from all kingdoms. Okay, it would have a different style of rulership compared to the other, all the other kingdoms before it. So it says, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And back during ancient Rome, they devoured and broke in pieces, certain regions of the known world, during that time. Okay, regions throughout Europe, parts of North Africa. Okay, various regions throughout the Middle East and Asia Minor, or better known as Turkey today. Okay, all the way down to parts of southern Russia. Okay, and then of course the Holy Land Israel. Now it says right here, verse 23, that eventually this fourth beast would devour the whole entire earth. Now was Rome able to do that? Okay, conquer the whole entire planet Earth? North, south, east, and west. The answer is no. So eventually, when would the fourth beast, okay, Rome, conquer the whole entire earth? It will be done through America. America, which would be backed by NATO. All right, and then you would also have the EU countries. Okay, that will be a part of this beast system as well. All right, but this fourth beast, all right, Rome, would devour the whole entire planet Earth through America, which is happening right now currently. Okay, starting going all the way back to the time of the Renaissance. All right, so Daniel 7, starting from verse 23 on down, goes into the fourth beast, right? Rome, right? Which would eventually come back as America, right? Now, when you go down, I'm going to go straight to the point. Down in verse 25, it says, and he shall speak great words against, all right, against, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. All right, so this fourth beast would be, rooted and built upon speaking great words against YAHAWAH Shema Shai. All right, starting, through its, religion, Roman Catholicism, Christianity, the false teachings of Christianity and Roman Catholicism. And in this current time, because the elites of Esau Edom are pretty much done with religion, they're done with using religion for their particular purposes. Now they're speaking great words against YAHAWAH Shema Shai via their science and their technology. Okay, it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Who are the saints? Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And how has he worn us out for the last 600 years? Okay, going all the way back since the time of the Renaissance. Constantly rape, robbing, and murdering us. All right, the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, wearing us out via the terrible music that he puts in front of us. These TV shows and movies that he puts in front of us. Okay, wearing us out with the foods that he put in front of us. Taking a man out of the household. Having a majority of our children being raised up by single mothers. No order in the household. Okay, putting these false leaders in front of us, putting drugs in our communities, guns. All right. And most of all, just ultimately separating us from our power. Okay. And all those things are really just to name a few. Those are just a few ways of how this devil has worn us out in these latter days. But it says, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. All right, changing times by doing what? Daylight savings. Okay, the Gregorian calendar. All right, well now the months are based on what he considers the beginning of months. January 1st, February 1st, all right, June 1st, August 1st, December 1st, and all these different things. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right, he's changing up the times, against how Yahawah Shema Shai tells us to, divide the times, via, the new moon and the Sabbath and all those different things. So he's changed up the times as well as the laws. Okay, here it is. This earth is supposed to be ran and governed by the laws of Yahawah Shema Shai via the Holy Scriptures, but Esau Edom is governing this earth according to his own laws, which are wicked laws. The Scripture speaks about, I believe in Psalms, the 94th chapter, talks about how they devised mischief by their laws. Okay, and look at what Esau Edom's laws has done to the planet Earth. Just absolutely destroyed everything. Destroyed all creation, deforestation. Okay, everybody's all depressed and got all types of mental health issues. Okay, these nations are being weakened out more and more every day throughout via all these wars. Okay, this devil is the devil. All right, he's the wicked. It says, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and a dividing of time. All right, so pretty much the main point of me going into the chapter, Daniel 7, is at the beginning of verse 25, where it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. So when we go back to Psalms 139, in 20 again, for they speak against thee wickedly. All right, their pseudoscience, their technology, all right, their false history, their medical system. Okay, these particular individuals that you see at the forefront of this NWO agenda, Klaus Schwab, George Soros, Billy Gates of hell, Yuval Noah Harari, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Fauci. All right, just to name a few. Just to name a few. Okay. It says, for they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. All right, yeah. The elites of Esau Edom, as well as the rest of these elites of these heathen nations, they all take the name of Yahawah Shema Shai in vain. Okay. And of course, we know what the name, what the word name goes into in the Hebrew. All right, Shem. Oh, they don't have a concordance for the word name. But nonetheless, for those of you brothers, that are constantly watching, getting edified by, videos by different brothers and the apostles and whatnot, we know that the word name in the Hebrew, okay, Strong's H. Matter of fact, let me just show you. Hold on. Yep, let me read this. Genesis 4:26. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. All right, yeah, that righteous way that was given unto Adam was continued through Seth. All right, and through the descendants of Seth, you pretty much had the lineage of the sons of God before the flood. All right, but that's another topic for another video. But nonetheless, just to show you that word name in the Hebrew. All right, then began men to call upon the name of the Lord, right? All caps, Yahawah. Showing you that the name of the Lord was being called on back then. All right, but this word name, Strong's H 8034, Shum, Shum, which goes into what? Fame, reputation, glory. Okay, the memorial, the monument. All right, basically, a legacy. Okay, a legacy. So when we go back to Psalms 139 and 20, about how our enemies take the name of the Lord in vain, right? Ultimately, it's not, it's not just them taking the name of the, just the name of the Lord itself in vain, which is the name Yahawah, and the name of his begotten son YAHAWAH, but also what? Taking the fame and reputation and the glory of the Lord in vain. All right? Let's look up this word vain. Okay, Strong's H 7723. Shawah. It says emptiness, vanity, falsehood. Okay, emptiness, nothingness, vanity, emptiness of speech, lying. Yeah, they basically take the words of the Lord and the judgment that the Lord has pronounced against his enemies to all be, empty, just a bunch of lies that, that the Lord is not gonna, that the Lord is not gonna take them down because these heathen are so puffed up in their pride via their military and their technology and their science and whatnot that, they don't think that anything can take them down, including the Heavenly Father himself, and that was ultimately the same spirit that Nimrod was in when he was building the Tower of Babel. Okay, just puffed up in their vain pride. All right, but it says under definition C, worthlessness of conduct. So they deem, all right, the name, all right, the fame, the reputation, the glory of Yahweh Shema Shai as something worthless. Okay, and of course, once again, who would be at the forefront of, putting, the spirit and vibration throughout the earth that the Heavenly Father of the Bible and his begotten Son are, in vain, worthless, nothingness. Okay, Esau, Edom through this fourth beast system. Okay, which will be, fulfilled through America, Babylon the Great. All right, as well as NATO and the EU. Okay. And as a matter of fact, because there's a scripture in Second Ezra where it speaks about how the world is filled with impiety without number. Okay, and it was like that, during the time of the prophet Ezra. Okay, which during the time of Ezra, which kingdom was in power? Ancient Babylon. All right, so the world was was filled with impiety during the time of the prophet Ezra. Okay, during the time of the ancient Babylonian Empire. Then how much more in this current time? Being that Babylon the Great is in power throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, so this is the word impiety from etymology online. It says mid 14th century from Old French impiété. It says impiety, wickedness. All right. And as you go down, it says from the Latin impietatum. It says irreverence, ungodliness. All right, disloyalty, treason. And then when you go down a little bit, it says under impious, says irreligious. All right, lacking reverence for, all right, God. All right, ultimately Yahweh. All right, irreligious. And that's, what the elites of Esau Edom are trying to push out more and more with this agenda. Okay, one of the things, basically, making religion a thing of the past, so to speak. Because when these devils, attempt to, establish their NWO agenda, via doing what? Implementing the charagma, causing all to take the charagma, that's going to, make them the god of the planet Earth, all right, and do away with the belief that, of any other god outside of them, especially the God of the Bible. They're gonna make religion, pretty much illegal. They're gonna make, they're gonna outlaw the Bible. Okay, they're gonna outlaw the preaching of the Bible and consider it, hate speech and all these different things. Okay, all because of what? Because the agendas that they have set forth is all, to push the lack of reverence of Yahweh Shema Shai. And then when you go all the way down right here under impiety, all right, it says unrighteousness by virtue of lacking respect for a God. All right, and that's exactly what these devils have. That's the attitude that they have towards Yahweh Shema Shai. A lack of respect, as well as a lack of fear. Okay. Second Ezra chapter 7, and I'm gonna start at verse 19. Now, what I'm about to read right here in this chapter, it mainly applies to Jake, all right, Israel, but in this particular case, in relation to the topic of this video, what I'm about to read in this chapter, I'm going to apply it to Esau, Edom, all right, the wicked. Okay, so this is Second Ezra, chapter 7. I'm gonna start at verse 19. It says, "And he said unto me, There is no judge above Yahweh, and none that hath understanding above the highest. And see, Esau, Edom, through his false miracles and his false signs." Okay, he's showing, he's trying to show the world that he has understanding above the Most High. Okay, here it is. Yahweh Shema Shai, going all the way back to Genesis, all right, and the Alahayim, when they were, creating everything that we see, it tells you all throughout that chapter that everything was created good, meaning what? Beneficial, profitable, okay? But Esau Edom is, through his left hand science and technology and whatnot, is trying to say that he can, take all of creation and make it better. That he could make things better than what Yahweh Shema Shai and the Alahayim made it, going all the way back to Genesis. All right. But as just said, all right, there is none that hath understanding above the highest. That's why the Most High is titled the Most High in the first place. There's no power that's higher than his power. There's no knowledge or wisdom higher than his knowledge or wisdom. Okay, and the Lord is going to make sure to show that in these latter days when he brings judgment upon Esau Edom. It says, verse 20, "For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them." Yeah, Esau Edom despised the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why he's known as the man of sin. Okay, he opposes all of the Most High's laws and everything that is of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, that's and that's why he's going to perish. But it says, verse 21, "For Yahweh hath given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment." And going all the way back to when Esau was Cain in the garden, Esau, all right, back when he was Cain, he knew the commandments of the Lord. He knew the correct way to sacrifice to the Lord and what the Lord required. But Esau Edom, back when he was Cain, that is, despised the commandments and the laws and a righteous sacrifice of the Lord. And he wanted to offer up, his own sacrifice. And, he basically wanted to do his own thing. And, this NWO that Esau Edom is getting ready to set up, all right, is, an unrighteous sacrifice all over again. And just as it was in the garden, the Lord is going to reject that this sacrifice once again in this time. All right. Verse 21 again. For Yahawah hath given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Verse 22. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him. All right, there goes that term again. But spake against him, all right, and imagine vain things. Yeah, these devils, as I've shown earlier through this fourth beast system, have spoken many things against Yahweh Shema Shai, spoken great things against the Lord. And, we currently see the number one vain thing that they've imagined within themselves. All right, this NWO agenda, carbon tracking, carbon tracing, all these different things. Okay, putting everything on a digital grid. All right, and how are they ultimately going to, seek to accomplish those goals? All right, Revelation 13 and 16, the charagma. That's what it's all boiling down to. But as it continues to say, verse 23, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds. They're deceiving themselves, thinking that this is that this is a great plan that they came up with. Thinking that they're going to fulfill this agenda and continue in their rulership forever. All right, basically the Lord put it in their hearts, for them to be deceived by those things, so that ultimately the Lord can be justified in destroying them, all right, and showing his power through them. It says, verse 23 again, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. And once again, that's the ultimately the MO of Esau Edom through the latter end of this fourth beast system, trying to prove through their pseudoscience and technology and their medical industry and whatnot, as well as their weaponry, that the Most High is not, and that Esau Edom, that he is. Okay, here it is. The very meaning and the very essence of the Most High Yahweh's name is, all right, he is, okay, YAHAWAH, Yah meaning he, and Hawa meaning is, or exist, or to be. Okay, he exists, he is to be. But Esau Edom is trying to take that reputation and fame and glory away from the Most High, and he's trying to present himself that he is, okay, that he is the only one, the only true power that exists. All right, that he is, okay, through his pseudoscience and technology. That's what Esau Edom is trying to push upon the world, okay, upon himself. All right, but going back to Psalms 139 and 20 again, for they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. All right, and so because of that, what did King David say in the next two verses after this? Verse 21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, O Yahweh, that hate thee? And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? Verse 22. I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. So here it is, King David, all right, our very forefather, as well as leader of our church, all right, the leader of the elect under Yahushai, said that he hates them, all right, that hate Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, ultimately these Edomites. Okay, he hates them with the perfect hatred. All right, just as these Edomites, all right, starting with Amalek. All right, Amalek, the head tribe of Esau, Edom. All right, who will be at the forefront of this Edomite rulership in these latter days. All right, Amalek hates the Most High just as much, just as the Most High hates them. Okay, it tells you in I believe Exodus 17 that the Lord would make a war with Amalek from generation to generation, even unto this latter day. So here it is, being that Esau Edom is at the height of his blessing. All right, led by Amalek. Amalek is now trying to make war back against YAHAWAH Shai. Okay, by showing their hatred and rebellion against the Lord. Speaking great things against the Lord. So King David, our forefather, said that he hates them with a perfect hatred. All right, our enemies, Esau, Edom, as well as the rest of these heathen nations. All right. So because of that, what is the Lord going to do to his enemies, which by default are our enemies? Okay, because any enemy against our power, YAHAWAH Shai, is also our enemies as well. Okay, this is Psalms 37, verse 20. But the wicked shall perish. But the wicked shall perish, starting with Esau, Edom. And the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke, shall they consume away. All right, so the Lord's going to turn all of his enemies, these heathen nations, especially Esau, Edom, all right, they're going to be as the fat of lambs. They're going to consume away, all right, into smoke. All right, and how is that going to be done? Via fire, nuclear fire, as well as the fire from YAHAWAH and the angels via the chariots. Okay, he's going to turn them into the fat of lambs. Here it is. When you read in the book of Isaiah, the 34th chapter, where, when you start from verse 1 on down, the Lord goes into how, he has indignation against these nations, all right, and their armies. All right, indignation meaning righteous anger, justified anger. And as you continue reading down in that chapter, it goes into how the Lord is going to bathe his sword into heaven and is going to come down upon Idumea. All right. So the Lord is going to have a special, judgment for his enemies, these heathen nations, especially Esau, Edom, known as Idumea in that chapter. And when you also continue reading in that chapter, Isaiah 34, it talks about how the Lord is, matter of fact, let me get it. Damn. I don't want to read this whole chapter. But I'm gonna go straight to the point though. Isaiah 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. And just for edification's sake, all right, for any new listeners or new watchers, who is Idumea? Edom. Okay, the Edomites, the descendants of Esau, Edom. All right, so the Lord says he's gonna, make his sword come down upon Esau, Edom, Idumea. Was that sword being what? The missiles, as well as YAHAWAH and the angels coming down with the chariots. All right, to take down his rulership. But verse 6, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness. Okay, and with the blood of lambs and goats. We just read in Psalms 37, the Lord's gonna make his enemies as the fat of lambs via smoke, right? So here in Isaiah 34 and 6 again, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the lambs, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord had a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And when you go into it, Basra was basically a capital city, all right, in the land of Edom. When you look at an ancient map of the land of Israel and the nations that live around the land of Israel, all right, the land of Moab, the land of Edom, so on and so forth. Basra was a capital city in the land of Edom. Okay, so the Lord said that He's going to make a make a sacrifice in Basra. Okay, and basically, in today's sense, Basra would represent America. All right, because America is the capital hub of the rulership of Esau Edom in these latter days. Okay, and as it just said in the latter part of this verse, the Lord is going to make a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So when Yahawashi and the angels come back, they're going to come back to bring forth a lot of bloodshed upon these Edomites. Okay, because the Edomites will be the nation of people ruling the planet Earth before the second coming of Yahawashi. All right, Isaiah the 63rd chapter goes into this as well. All right, but I'm not gonna go into that chapter because I'm gonna just get a few more verses and then after that shut this down. So I don't want to make it too long. So let's go to Psalms chapter 9 in verse 19. It says, "Arise, O Yahawah." All right, see the word Lord in all caps is Yahawah. "Arise, O Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Let no man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight." Because these devils, these Edomites, as well as the rest of these heathen nations, they're not gonna prevail when it's all said and done. All right, it's already written, all right, in prophecy that these heathen nations are in their agendas is not gonna stand in the latter days. All right, it's ultimately the counsel of Yahweh Shemashai that's gonna stand when it's all said and done, which is what Yahawashi and 144,000, as well as the rest of the large multitude of Israelite men, women, and children, all right, receiving a victory. Okay, receiving a victory over this beast, the image, the charagma, the number of its name, and so on and so forth. All right, that's who's going to prevail in these latter days. It says, Psalms 9, verse 19, "Arise, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, let no man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, that the nations may know themselves to be but men." So the Lord, okay, when the Lord shows His power, all right, His right hand power upon these heathen nations in brutal fashion, okay, hey, He's gonna put these heathen back into fear. Okay, He's gonna humble them down greatly. He's gonna take away that impious spirit out of them. Okay, and He's gonna make them respect His name once again. All right, and this time forever. All right, and He's gonna show these heathen nations, starting with Esau, Edom, and their elites, that they're just but men, okay, and not gods, as they're trying to fool the world to believe, through their science and technology. All right, so that's pretty much the end of the lesson right there. All right, Lord willing, you all were edified. Okay, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone of Ruwell, as well as Teachwell. And peace and salutation to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And until next time, Shalom. All right, the man of sin will not win. Shalom.